Alright, today guys, we're going to show you how to install the wiring for the 8th Gen Civic fog lights. And we'll take you guys along step by step.
Yeah. So far we got the bumper off.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it. And the first thing is we're going to send it. We're going to send the wire through the
little rubber hole back there.
There's a little rubber gasket in there that you can snipe wires through. So yeah, we'll show you when we're at that point. Just pull on it?
Yeah. So he's gonna pull off the dash, just one piece of the dash trim, so you can put the button in that little spot. You can't see it 'cause it's pitch black. The world decides to get dark at 3 o'clock. So you got the piece off. You shine it on that button there.
I have a button here.
Yeah, so we can put it right in there, the switch.
In here.
Yeah. So we got to take that piece off. It just pops off.
Just pop off this piece from behind, yeah.
Then you pop that piece off, then put your fog light button in.
Yeah.
And then, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to send this harness through the car. So this all goes in the interior, and this blue wire stays out. And so this is the part for the battery, the fuse. You have to ground that guy there on the inside of your car. This blue goes to your lights, which we'll show you in a minute. This red goes to your your ignition, I'm pretty sure. But I just wired it back to the batteries, but the light is always on. I'll show you guys. It's not the end of the world, and it won't drain your battery from what I know. So, and this green goes to that switch on the inside, and this goes to the relay. It's not too hard. You can definitely do it yourselves. It takes a little bit of time, but.
So this is the guy that was in there. Just pops out from behind. Just squeeze the 2 tabs and push it out. And this is the switch for the fog lights. And just gonna send it in there. Just fits mint. What?
Push it.
No, we're good.
There you go.
And it's in there. That's the switch. Okay.
Alright, so with this kit, me and Dawson, we both got it. It's like a $50 eBay kit. So this wire, where we run it through the middle of the car. So this wire isn't going to be long enough if you're doing it like we are. So we have extra from a different off-road light, blue. So we extend it
the same
all
blue
the way
wire
out, just so then this will fit, because it's at the very back of the engine bay. So you won't be able to get your lights plugged in, and it'll all it won't fit. So we tried it. So you're gonna have to extend this. So we just cut it here, and put our blue in between, just crimp it back together, and then run it all the way to the front. All right, so if you guys, what we did with my car is we needed extra wire because it wasn't long enough. So we took one of the blue wires from here, we cut it and made this shorter because this is too long, to give you extra.
You don't need
across for your lights. So we just cut this blue. We took a good amount off, and then put it to the other part of the car, like this part. But we have extra wire.
Yeah.
But with my car, we did it this way, where we cut this. So it's not really that hard, the wiring. You just have to crimp it all together. It's almost like a little puzzle.
You can buy these guys, little butt splicers,
Krimskis?
butt crimpers, and they just cut your wire, and then you put your extended piece in one end and then the other piece.
Yeah, and all you need is these pliers here. These things can do everything you need pretty much. So.
And some electrical tape. Pretty much all you need.
So we ended up cutting that fuse piece off, but we're gonna re-crimp it just because it's pretty hard to get it through this firewall. There's a spot for it. It's just really tight. So I just got a flathead screwdriver right through it, and I'm trying to just get the slightest bit of a hole so he can put the wires through it. And I think we've got it. I'm just waiting for him to send it back through. So yeah, if you got a flathead on an SI, you're gonna need a flathead probably just to wiggle it around. But on my car, I just use needle noses because I had less wiring there. Mine's not a SI, so I don't know. Maybe that's the difference. There's just more shit. Yeah, who knows what's going through there, but yeah, so he's gonna throw the 2 wires. He's gonna throw me the blue wire and the fuse, the red fuse wire, and then we'll pull it through and see how she goes. So blue's through for the rest of the harness, and we got our red power through right to the battery, right through that back hole. So Dawson's putting the other red on the interior back to this red instead of putting it to the ignition. So all that does, if you look at my car here, you see that? It just keeps the button on, but it's not, like the lights stay off, like this button stays on like that. So I just press it, lights are on, lights are off, but that button will always be glowing if you have the red circuited back to the battery. That's all that does. So if you put it to your ignition, that light will glow only when the car is on. But I haven't had an issue yet, so we're gonna just do it that way again. Now we're gonna ground the inside part. So there's a ground that you'll put to here, super simple. A ground to this guy, but we're not there yet. But we gotta do a ground on the inside. On my car, I had a bolt that went through and I just added my own nut that I had laying around, and then I just put the ground in between the nut and the bolt, and that worked good. So he's, yeah, you got the same one?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do the same thing. We'll show you guys in a sec. All right, so on the inside, you gotta get that ground. As you can see, it's right on that fuse box bolt. Right there, that's the ground. And then that red, so we get there, it's spliced back to the red, the powerful red. It goes from the battery. And then it's up to the switch, which is right there. So that's the update on the inside. It's all messy right now, but we'll make it look nice and clean once we're done. It's stuck in the door. Okay, so out here, we got this half of the harness almost ready to go. We got the blue extended as long as we need it. So it was a bit too short still, even with the extra wire, so we had to grab more. So that will work there, and we grabbed wire from this, so this is just a bit shorter. But this, like I said before, this side is way longer. You don't need that as much blue wire. So now we're going to go ahead and drill a hole through here, and then put a self-tapper through, and then ground this to there. Alright, so we're gonna plug in the battery and see if she works. So tell me if that light's on.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
Yeah, we're good.
Minty? Alright, so you guys that light should be glowing. There's it right there.
Orange light on the button.
Yeah, that should be glowing. It's just so, that's how you know it'll work. And now we're gonna, so we got that ground there. Just, that's pretty easy to install. We got all the wires running, and now we're just gotta pretty much tidy it all up and plug it all back in and put the bumper on. She'll be Alright, so this is pretty much the final product. All through there, Let's do the inside. Is the light in there still? Let's see how the inside looks. Flash that in there. Yeah,
It's all minty,
there's
tidied
no
up.
wires anymore. All tidied.
Buttons there.
Buttons in. Some batteries unplugged right now. You should be good. So now all you want to do is just obviously plug your lights in on each side. So this is all kind of clean, but we'll see how it fits with the bumper.
Alright, so we're going to show you guys that it actually works. There you go. It's all lit up. Mint! Mint!
Alright, so they're there with the bumper kind of on. They're really yellow. Can't really tell over the cam, but they're really yellow because they're yellow tinted, so it makes sense. But like, look at the light. It shines pretty good.
It's actually bright.
Yeah, like it makes a difference for sure.
Yeah.
So this is the final product. Obviously they work. He's got the yellow ones, and then my car in the back's got the clear ones. And it's pretty simple. You can definitely do it yourself. Me and Dawson can do everything.
Yeah.
We honestly didn't know what we were doing at the start, but we figured it out.
Yeah.
So let me know if you guys have any questions. We always want to help people. That's why we made this video, because we couldn't find anything, so we want you guys to find maybe one useful thing out of this video. And leave a like and make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.